Well, it's good to be back on the closing argument again. All the way from Liberia. I just got back home from the Elections Commission, where the announcements from today were read by the chairperson and her fellow commissioners, and it was people. And today we know, at least today we have an idea where we are right now with the national tally so far. Today, the former vice president has 43.70%, and the president of Liberia, presently George Manawiya, has 43.65%. We are left, so that means they have tallied 92.82% of the total nationwide votes, and they left with 7.18% left. With that amount left, give someone a first round victory? We don't know, but many people believe now it's headed to a runoff. But let's see what happens. As the numbers are being tallied, we'll see what happens. But it's getting interesting. And one thing people should stop doing, I noticed today, was too much misinformation was going on. People were giving all kind of lies about people running from waterside, the country. I mean, we should just stop it. You cannot sit in the comfort of America or Europe or somewhere else and go around social media threats making people afraid, trying to panic the society. I don't think it's fair to the people. You can't be doing that. So I don't think we should encourage that. But those who are doing it, they should be warned that they are being watched, they're being monitored by the international community. And if anything should happen, they will hold you responsible for that. But everyone, yesterday was Sunday, right? Yeah. So after the press conference, we're coming downstairs, and the co-chairman of the commission, Councillor Reeves, she called my name, Tomalin George, closing argument. So when we got downstairs, right in front of the office, she called the other commissioners. She said, "You can't be the closing argument guy, Tomalin George." So all of them said, "Oh." So I was shaking their hands, the very commissioner's hand. So after that, I said, "Can we take a picture?" He said, "No. They can't scare a different story again." The other commissioner, the councillor, Ernestine Anwar, she said, after the election we'll take picture, but right now we're going to take picture. And I understood them because people take things differently. The minute perhaps see us taking picture with these people, they will say, "Oh, yeah, here we go." They'll come up with all kinds of stories. So I don't blame the people, and at least they're aware of what we do every night on the show. They're aware of it, and people watch us and see us, and just that's why it's important that we be very responsible when we come on these platforms and stop saying things that we shouldn't be saying. But as we see it in Liberia now, is a neck-to-neck race. The CDC and the UP we're neck to neck, and perhaps by tomorrow or Wednesday we'll know exactly where the election stands. Finally, whether there will be a runoff. But many people believe that with the numbers at stake, they believe there will be a runoff. So we'll see what happens. But we'll be ordered tomorrow. Listen to the results announcement. Today there was some winners today from the legislative elections. I know my friend Musa Belete won. He will declare winner today from Nima County District 7. I also know Amara Kone. He's a senator from Bapulu now. I know the former speaker Alex Janika Tala is a senator now from Bomi. In fact, Amara Kone replacing Komone Wise. who were there, who was a senator from River G. So we have now, it will be Amara Kone and Jonathan Borchas from River G now. And then from Bomi, Maurice Atuma, Alex Tyler replacing him. So it will be Snow and Tyler. And then coming to Monserrato, Sajo said he's ready to weapon his opponents. He has over 300,000 votes already. I mean, so he's a foregone conclusion he's going to win. His closest rival is Wilmer Pay from the Unity Party with 100 and some thousand votes. So Sajo said will be retaining his seat. Next is we haven't gotten a clear picture of Kimman yet, but I know in Lofa, the guy they call Momo Saros, I think he'll be replacing Steve Zago from the Liberty Party. Yes, Momo Saros will be the new senator from Lofa County, and then Grand Jida County, the former leader of I think Lord, the former leader of Lord. And former foreign minister too during the transitional time, Thomas Yaya Nimle. He'll be replacing Marshall Dennis from the CDC, a senator for Grand Jida. So it will be Yaya Nimle and Zoe Penno. And then in Grand Bassa County, former President Pro Tem and former Senator Besanga Finley. He will be replacing Jonathan Kapi from Liberty Party. He ran as independent. So it will be Finlay and Yombi Kanga from Bassa now. Dylan and Sajista will still be from Monserrato. And then in where else? In Magibi, the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Matern Falo McGill, will be the senator for Magibi. Along with who is the senator? Along with Dukwe for Magibi. I think McCay replacing who? Replacing somebody from Magibi. Yes, he'll be taking over from Magibi. In Riverset, the former Port managing director, what his name? Bill Twawe. He'll be taking over from Francis Pay. He will be replacing Francis Pay from Riverset. And then in what again? Kimman, financial man is still fighting for his life, a political life. But I think the lady from Unity Party, I know Daba from Pala, this is leading. And then come down to Bon County. Bon County had the guy will be replacing Herman Tokba. Johnny Quay, he's an independent. A lot of new faces. I'm representing Bapolu, not River G, as I think with correction. Yeah, but a lot of new senators coming. Will be coming in. A lot of senators will be coming in. And so we'll be seeing people coming in. Yes. I put it in. Hold on. Hold on a second. I just got a call. Hold on, yeah.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or ride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference. When the issues of Liberia hit the news,
what is it that we, the Liberian people, want?
the Liberian communities in the diasporas are not left out.
Sorry, man. Just got a call, but we'll continue. Yes, as I was saying, yes, it's true. Nimlin was with Model. Okay, yes. But Thomas Nimlin, he's now the senator from Grand Chile. He replaced Marshall Dennis from the CDC. America replacing Community the late Daniel 10 from Bapolo. So be here and Boto Kane there. Yeah, so that's what's happening. And we're getting a lot of new lawmakers coming in. They come in this next Congress in Liberia. So we should just brace for it, and because but the main thing now in Liberia now is the presidential election. So right now that's the biggest thing right now. The biggest thing now is the presidential elections. Everybody concerned that there will be a runoff, and runoff will be very, very tough. I can see it. One that's a runoff, it will be an important election, though. Everybody will be involved, and as we speak right now, parties already started talking to each other, making contact with each other. That's what happened in politics. So all these confusion, these the attacks, all got to come down now. So people got to start to do what they need to do. So that's what's happening right now. So negotiations have started, and people are talking to each other, and we'll see what happens from there. But that's what happened. That's the situation in Liberia now, and we all got to pray for Liberia, because if you go on social media and you read some of the comments, people, they want to they act as though the war is coming to an end. People issuing threats and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know what they expect this. I mean, the chairman of the commission, Madam Lasana, she's doing her best to all the pressure she's under, with, like the public demanding. They already accusing her. I don't know how can somebody accuse somebody when she's not the one that's doing the tally. The tally has been done to SKD complex on heavily armed protection. That's where they're doing it. The tallying of the votes are coming in from across the country, and then they send it to the NEC office, and they read the votes, like the votes. So I don't know what's happening, but people should just refrain from attacking people, because that's what's happening, and we just got to pray for the country and encourage our friends to stop beating war drums. Stop making issues. Stop making the public to panic. Stop threatening people. It's not good. Yes, in Maryland County, the senator there. Who's the senator there? Maryland. Who is the senator? I gotta check my record. Yeah, the senator from Maryland County. But I know the speaker. The present speaker of Beaufort Chambers, I think he's on his way out. One Anthony Williams, I think from the CPP, I think He's the one that is about to make history, to beat the Speaker of the House, to unseat him. And then today, too, as a result of being given, Akara's Gray is leading his district still. So I don't know what people are already writing him off, but I was at NEC today when they announced he leading his district. And leading his district, I don't know. But again, as I will tell people, NEC is responsible to give the official results and not anybody else. I'm getting a lot of messages coming, man, you know. Yeah. So we will continue to listen to the NEC for the result as it comes in. I make sure I'm there every evening. I'm there all the time. And I go, I sit and watch, listen to it, listen to people asking questions. And from there, we interact and I leave. But it's interesting. Maybe the senator is Rebel Brown. I thought he's senator. Because James Barney is a senator from Maryland. So Archie Seaton, I don't think so. I don't think Rebel Brown is he's a representative. So I know James Barney is a senator from Maryland right now. I don't know who is the senator that is on the ballot. But again, I will have all the information soon. Yeah, but all I can say, it appears that where the elections seem to be headed for a runoff. It seems to be headed for a runoff, and we got to brace ourselves for the runoff. And I can say this: if there's a runoff, it will be a very, very tough race for the first time in this country history, because the race is neck to neck. Because you have, and by tomorrow we'll know, but no one is like leading somebody with a double digits margin, and that's why we are looking at. But I know what's happening is that they are still voting in the Southeast, and okay, now I'm getting information that from all sides now, they're telling me that there will most likely be a second round. Okay. So Jay Blapo Brown and James Barney. Okay, Seaton. So I don't know who's running against Blapo Brown. He's the one that's on the ballot. Yeah, so thank you, Archie Seaton. I think you're right. Yes, but that's where we are right now, and I'm on the weather, my people. On the weather, man. I've been drinking ginger and how to call it, ginger and honey with lemon. That'll be helping me the whole weekend, but it's helping me a lot. But I got a cold, so I gotta manage what I do. I do what I gotta do. So again, as I said, let's brace ourselves for the runoff election. Now, I'm sure the runoff, anything runoff will be November 5th. There's a runoff. It will be November 5th. And I'm sure the NEC will declare the campaign for this runoff. I'm sure it will declare by the 20th. I'm sure by this Friday, they will have 100% of the votes will be in from all over the country. And NEC will declare a runoff immediately, and they will start campaigning. And I'm looking forward to seeing them on November 5th. Excuse me, maybe the runoff date. But fellow citizens, I can tell you this: what I see, it will be a tough runoff. It will be a dog fight. People will be fighting for victory. The Unity Party, the CDC Unity Party, we have to now go out and bring in, because this time around, you have representatives those who are running for seats in the House, in the Senate. They won't be on the ballot now. It will be only George Weah and Joel Taylor, Joseph Boyka, and Jeremiah Kuhn. Now, so everyone will be on their own, because you have, and during this election, some representatives and some senators, they trap people. You know that it's not secret. They trap people. They pay people where to go and vote for them. And if voting for the representative and the senator, you also voting for the president too. So the ability now to trap people again to go, because if those who register to vote, they'll be voting in where they register to vote. So, example, if I was struck to go vote in Nimba, and I live in Morovia, you want me to go vote for either for Boyka or for whoever the case for we are Boyka, you gotta take me back there to go vote. You see it? You will take me back to go vote. So because the representative and the senator was, if I were running for seats for the Senate, for the representative seat, I'm responsible for those who are caring to go vote for me. I pay their way, I will feed them, accommodating them, and everything. But now that election over, and if I'm already elected or I'm not elected, I'm not going to, especially if somebody truck somebody to go vote for them, and then the person got defeated, very well the person not going to go waste their money, go vote for anybody, but they only do it for themselves. And most times a runoff is always low turnout because of the same reason I'm giving. Runoff is always low turnout because of the same thing I'm saying right now. Because you don't have the means to go and talk people again, because people raise money for the election. Meaning for the election to get the voters there, the poll watchers there, everything. So now it's a new ball game. So depending on which side you're supporting, if I truck 2,000-3,000 people, let's say representatives or senator, and I truck them to the various counties, and if I didn't win, even if I won, if I'm going to carry these people back, I already want my seat. That's how you give me money now to go and carry the people to see people to go and vote for you now. Other than that, forget it. So this will be a difficult part. Most of the people trust people to go and vote for them out of their regular constituent. And if down, they'll have to go down to go and prove it. So that's what will happen. So it will be interesting, though. Very interesting. It will be very interesting because people now have to find. But again, one thing about these kind of runoff, I mean, because right now the race is very close. So if you're going to a runoff, the people say that it's a possibility that any of these parties can be either re-elected or elected. So because of that, people will give money all kinds of ways to support it. But the person that has to do the most work now is the Unity Party. You see, because they have to do a lot of heavy lifting now, because they are seeking to remove the CDC, and CDC have the structure already across the country. The people out there, they're in charge of it. They have the mayors, the town chiefs, and all that. So now, and the structure stay in place. UP now, we have to now I can tell you, as of tonight, from what I was getting, they are already moving. They are already moving pieces and so forth. That if there will be a runoff, which most people are saying now that they are considering there will be a runoff. People from all sides, as I'm getting information, and so So yeah, that's what's going to happen though. It's going to get interesting, and so we should brace ourselves for it. It'll be very interesting, and we should brace ourselves for it. Very interesting. So let's get prepared for this and see what happens. But that's what's going to happen, and we got to get ready for it and make sure that we're all part of history. We're all part of history because that's just reality. Just reality. And now this is where people will take sides. Yeah, people will take sides now because like it's no more. You can't tell me that you for a particular, you're not for you can't be on the fence now. People have to take sides, and that's where the reality steps in. People will take sides, and it will be interesting though. Very interesting. So we should get ready. It will be interesting, and so because now everybody will now decide where they're gonna go. Nah, Felicia Gibson, I'll be back in the States by this time, man. Everybody want me to come, ready come and support them, man. You gotta take care, make sure you get me here. Well, I can't go back. Come back to Campbell, man. I know it's costly. I played my part already, and so forth. But let me just welcome some our viewers. I want to welcome Kitty Tobogi from Baltimore City. I also see SB Dunn, Akwe Gamekoli, Yvonne Adigby watching from New Jersey. I see Noah S. Brown, Fitz Boris Freeman. Insulting us already. Keep on insulting us. You're welcome. Melvie TK from Des Moines, Iowa. Eleanor Davis, Atlanta, Georgia. Thomas B. Boss from Sydney, Australia. Tony M. Brooks from Trenton, New Jersey. I see Archie Seaton. Yes. Tokba Queer. Josiah Masale. Watching from I'm sorry. Josiah. Keep calling me, man. Stop calling me. Oh my God. Yes, Josiah Masale watching from Painesville. Yes, and Zamadi Sumaru Dole from Minnesota. Phil Deconti Jones from the UK. Carl K. Dodo from Maryland. Buema Obento Kiadi from Oro. Spia. But yeah, look, it will be interesting, people. Very interesting. And let us see what happens. But it will be a very interesting, if it's a run, it will be very interesting. People will have, but one thing I can see, there will be low turnout because of this trucking mentality. I'll go away again. Those who truck people to vote for them, some of them already out of the race, especially the ones who didn't win. Imagine the person who spent their money, their hard money, to register in the race, to campaign, buy campaign materials. They bought food. They pay transportation for people. They pay some people to work for them. Then the voters, when they were doing the registration, they transported people to go, because they transported people from different places to go and register to vote for them. And then they took the people, voters' card. Then they carried them back on election day. They go for them again and get it to vote. And then they travel that then back to where they took them from. And then you found out you win. You know what happened? You frustrated already. When you say, wow, I spent all that money. I spent over $50,000. Imagine the money they told that if depending if you're from the US or somewhere, you took it from your 401k. You credited money from people. And you took it from your savings. And then you find you win. So you know what happened now? You frustrated already. You mad already. So now you feel mad, you gone. You left, you gone where you came from. Even if you're in Liberia, you vexed. Then the people that voted, you took to go vote for you in Bon County, in Lofa, in Nima, in Basso, and places there. You think how the people going to go back to go vote? So what's going to happen? There'll be low turnout. So the two parties now will have to ensure that people that voted, because now what could happen now? The federal party will reach out to the candidates, those who are running for representative, senate, senatorial seats. Reach out to them to talk to them. So look, I need your voters. I need your supporters to go and vote for us. So if let's say I took people to Bon County, I tell you, say, oh, I got over 500 persons. So now they all came from Morovia. So I had to get them to go vote for you there. I said, who in it too? I want something. Then the people that are going. So it will be an interesting process. Right now, lobby is going on right now, talking. This guy they call Appleton. I got his number. I tried calling him, but to no avail. One of the guys who come, I will get back to call him again. I tried calling Appleton, because the guy already got 30,000 votes across the country. The Appleton guy, he has 30,000 plus votes across the country. It's interesting though, and for some reason, this guy is. I said when you at the press conference, as soon as they call the guy name, everybody can start laughing. Everybody can start laughing because this guy would never talk about the guy. In fact, I didn't get this guy name on any of our platforms, all the platforms on social media. I never heard the guy on any interview in a radio station. But only time I heard it say he attended the debate they had. And then all of a sudden, the results are coming in, the guy is third place. Well, that's the thing. He's at third place, but the guy is he's accounting, he's a third person. What they are doing, they call the top three candidates. So when they call either Boyka or Wea, the next person here is Appleton. But then he's a distant third. He in the hundreds. While Wea and Boyka in the 1,000, he's in the hundreds. So he's not really making an impact, but the fact of the matter is that his name is on the ballot. But nationally, I think today, the guy from ARCOP, Lucille Camara, he's at third place now, I think. Yeah, he's at third place. Yeah, he has over, I think nationally he got about, I'm mistaken, I think he got about very close to almost 8,000 votes nationally. Yes. So that's an interesting thing though. And this guy is something, and we trying to find out what's going on, but everybody trying to find out who is this Appleton guy. We'll see. Hopefully we get to know before that. Because if you are going to run off, you surely want to get Appleton on your side because but this guy is getting all these votes and it's hard. So everybody want to reach out to this guy. Everybody want to reach out to this guy. But that's African politics. That's Liberian politics, and we all got to get involved and make sure that is the future of our country at stake. At the end of the day, we either have a re-elected president we have for 6 years or newly elected President Boyka. We don't know. But I can say this. For what I see on the ground, if there's a runoff, which I know I'm 99% sure will be a runoff, it will be a very tough runoff. You have not seen it before. Because it's like you play in a finals or a match for this World Cup. Everything's at stake. It's like two things. If I'm playing and perhaps I'll be too old to play the next World Cup, and it's my final World Cup match I'm playing. I want to make history, so I'll put everything into it. So the two parties will go with everything they have to be sure that they win this game. So it will be a tough one. But right now, as I speak to you, negotiation taking place, discussion. Right now, it's like people are discussing. If you support me, I will offer you this position. You support me, and your party support will give your party these number of seats in the cabinet. That's what happened. Discussion will be happening right now. Serious discussion will be happening right now, and people will be having these serious discussions. So we all should get ready for a very tense and tough runoff, because everything at stake. And one party will ensure that before they give it up, they make sure they're gonna follow every fiber of their being. But the one you saw on Facebook the last few months, you see nothing yet, because this is where you're going to see people coming up now to prove their loyalty and their allegiance to the side. It will be more than ever before, and it will be a very heated and tough runoff. The people will throw the kitchen sink, throw everything, they'll throw it out there. So get ready. It will be very, very close and tough, because, like what I've been noticing the trend, President Weah he's sweeping the Southeast. Now, I was surprised when I hear the UP people were saying that they're going to win first round. I'm just CDC was saying it too, but the way they were saying on Facebook, as I was reading, they said we finished winning first round. If we win them, they cheat us. But where they want to pay attention to, as I was looking at the numbers in the Southeast, right? CDC is winning the Southeast. Like for instance, UP stronghold is Lofa and Nima, but like instead of them winning like 80% or 30% of the votes in Lofa and Nima, CDC will come in at 20%. So like I think in Nima, in Lofa, I think it's 50% to 20%. That's a big margin. But like for example, in the Southeast, you notice that the counties there, we are 70% and UP 11%. We are 80%, UP is 6%. So in order so the vote that we was losing in Lofa and Nima, he made it up in the Southeast. You see, but if UP have done the same thing that happened, that CDC was doing in the Southeast in their stronghold, but the CDC were competing with you in your stronghold. In fact, Boyka lost his village, his hometown, Foya. He got beaten in Foya, I think in Vahun too. So you see, and then in Nimba, Taiwan came about 60,000 votes. So you see, and that's mostly the Manon Belt. Okay, but in Nimba, I think it's also around the high 50s. The CDC too putting out a challenge there. So if UP had done what CDC was doing in the Southeast, like maybe in the high 60s, high 70s, in Nima and Lofa, yeah, then by now it's a different story. But to be the level at which they were competing, it was hard. Okay, then people were sure that CDC were going to win Bombi because of the snow factor, but then it didn't happen, and Bombi was taken away from the CDC column. Okay, and right now Kema is like a top sub too because it's a top sub in Kema, and Magibi too, UP is leading too. Many people thought too that with the McCay factor, McCay was drawing all this heavy turnout. It would have been the CDC would have taken McGibby, but CDC really made a big push in bond. Unfortunately, the vice president, Sanohe, CDC lost in Sanohe in her home of Sanohe, the PP. Yeah, she lost Sanohe. CDC was beating Sanohe, and they won in I think yes, on the upper bond somewhere. Yeah, but one of the reasons why. What they did, most of the assistant ministers in the CDC government, the assistant ministers, what they did, they formed what they call, like if you're all from Bon County, they all went to the villages, went to the towns. They were there, like Minister Peter Bima from Youth and Sport, Famata Bracer from Youth and Sport, they all went there and they spent the time in the villages, in the towns, and they had that kind of able to win. In fact, the district of Pai district in Bon County, where Famata Bracer should have been if Famata has still on the ticket, and for that ticket, she would have won that district for CDC. I mean, even though the CDC won it for the presidency, but for the representatives, I think they didn't win it. Famata was running to be represented for that district on the CDC ticket, but then the party decided to send somebody else there. And because of that, people wouldn't have voted for the president. But she delivered that district for the president. The representative for that district, yes, the other people won it. So you see, and so forth. So most of the ministers, assistant ministers, they found themselves in the various counties trying to really work hard for the election. As you see, but the vice president Taylor, she got beaten in her era of Sanohe. She didn't win. They didn't win it. And so UP won that era, but the Bon County overall, CDC won the whole county because of these ministers, assistant ministers. And I hope this second round they come in the second round to go a runoff. All those are having positions, those are the top ministers in government. It's time for them to go and showcase, to get out there to go and make a case. Because this recent campaign was almost the only behind the president, or already behind the president. But the assistant ministers then know they went to where they came from, where they were stationed. Those who are from other areas, they went to, and they deliver. The Toma Fala there, went Foya, they stay there, they deliver Foya. Okay? And for Bata Brisbane there, when Peter Bima went to the district and they delivered the district. But all the people that we pass around, minister, tattoo them, they were only behind the president on the campaign show. But this time around, if from Grand Bassa, go Grand Bassa County, go make the case there. If from Riverside, go Riverside. If from Grand Check, go. How you should do it? You know, because go and show. Don't you want to wait on time for to enjoy the party and you come? No. And the group will be around, will cost money out. You know? Yesterday I went to a program, a cancer program at the Grand Hotel. I saw one of them there. I said, you see, I mean, somebody who I know very well, but they come and ask like I owe you something, like you act like you know me. But you think I'll look like tomorrow I will speak to you too? No, you know, it's the kind of attitude I can't stand. And the kind of people I'm talking to. But the time will come, I'll call their name out. I'll call their name out. Those who have the attitude, I'll call them out. You know, you belong. Get from Morocco. Go to the country you're from. Go fight for your country. Don't say that when they say trying to go on trip, be on trip. Trying to go get position, your own position. No, go and fight. Go deliver your country to your party. Don't sit down. You know, there are people who they call it the unsung hero. Those young ministers then. They work hard for the party and they deliver the district. You know, so I pray and hope that that everybody will take this serious, because this won't be very serious. Don't joke about this. It will be a tough election coming up, and as I said here, people are already telling me now that the two parties are getting from both UP and the CDC camp that somebody gave assurances that they will say though we're beaten in the second in the runoff. CDC is saying it, and UP is saying that it will be they're going to put out a fight too. But it's going to get interesting. You see, it'll get interesting, and we'll look up to. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But guys, I think there's a comment issue or statement this evening. I don't know whether you guys can play for us. Let me listen to the issue or statement this evening. Hope we could play it. Yeah, this one is a very interesting election. Yeah, while talking about the ANC, I want to extend my condolences to the entire ANC family. She was always on our platform too, Seattle Thompson. She was always in my box, and telling me I'm not giving Duke enough time to talk. Allowing people to talk more than Duke. Yeah, Seattle. She was a very passionate and ardent supporter of the ANC and Mr. Cummings. And she passed away, I think, on the day after elections. It was a sad news. I'm very shocked about her passing. I want to say to her family, wish them our deepest condolences to the family. And we pray that the good Lord will console them during these difficult times. I know it's very hard on Duke, but she was very close to Duke, and it's very hard for him, taking it very personally. And the entire ANC family want to say, look, never mind, and it is so. Seattle Thompson, rest in peace, and so forth. So, well, guys, I don't know where my other colleagues are. Peabody is back in. It's in the region. Ben Sanvee should be here in Keff. They are in the U.S. there, and I don't know, but I can't keep on talking alone, man. I'm getting tired now. They got to come join me. I'll guest Panelists now, see where they are too. I just talked to Musa Bilete before I came on the show. He seems very happy. In fact, I think it was on Thursday, we're having lunch. At that time, when the numbers were still coming in. So the guy who's the president lawmaker for that district, Roger Duma, yeah, every time I go for the results at NEC, the guy is leading. Even yesterday, he was still leading. So I was getting uncomfortable because there have been people who are leading already, and I see like the lady in Orange Grove in District 1, Basel County. People I were excited for her because we know her. We're excited for she was leading. The last couple of days she has been leading. We're excited for her. Only to find out today that she didn't make it. So you see, these races you gotta be very mindful. Make sure you have all your tally sheets in your hands and know where you're standing before you start to rejoice. It's very interesting though. So it's a turfy going on. Do, and it's not easy. Look, the commissioners that call the results, I was there this evening, and I see the commissioner. She secure her bodyguards, man, all armed guards, man. She's heavily guarded. Heavily guarded, and they all. I mean, you see, they relax, but I can imagine. I was telling them yesterday. I said, I know the tension you guys are on right now because the whole world watching you, all over the world watching you. as you call the results, it's not easy. So I know exactly what you guys are going through right now. And but I say thanks for the service to your country, everything. That's why and they are doing a good job. Yesterday too, I met the chief of staff of the armed forces, and everybody relax, and relax. And but people just start to carry this. They think that's destroying the fabric of our economy. This thing they call lies, rumor. Look, if you look, you listen, you read this post on Facebook, and you follow it, you get confused because 90% of what you see on Facebook, most of that is lie. People just read because, for instance, somebody said Costa and somebody else and other people they were in Banga, high meeting. And mind you, why was saying this thing? I was saying now with Costa, what the Costa house was saying now. We're swallowing soup, we're drinking soup. And they're lying about the man. And I mean, people just lie. People just lie. We just lie. So you listen to people just lie with confidence. They sit in their comfort zone and just lie. Just talk about the lies. And you read on Facebook that today I saw somebody posted the chief of staff just walked, he got vest, he worked for all our joint security meeting because they told him to deploy troops. And he said, where are you just lying at? Another one said, running for water side. Oh. Anyway, again, look, we got work to do. That's why these elections are coming up right now. It's very important because everybody want to be a part factor into it. But again, I repeat, from all indications, there will be a runoff from what I'm looking at. I know by tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll know exactly where we're headed. But for today's results, the two sides are at neck to neck, 43% each. Somebody needs 50 plus 0.1 vote per one to win to be elected president on the first ballot. And right now, both sides, I think from what I'm getting tonight, both sides already conceded that they will go for a runoff. So right now, it's a dogfight about to start, and that's the interesting part. And we should brace ourselves for what's ahead of us, what's going to happen, because it will be interesting. And we look forward to having this runoff in November. And end of the day, Liberia needs we either have a president elected or re-elected. So that's what we're heading to. And as I said, there will be where the negotiation will start, and people will be from all walks of life will be lobbying and talking to each other. It's important that because somebody will have to. Yeah, I bring you a visitor with me, man. Let me bring my big brother. Come join me. Yeah, T-Funk.
Hey, how you doing?
My man, I'm sick, my man, on the weather.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow. But be safe. That's one thing I wanted to tell you. Be safe. I know you're not no rookie. You know the system. You know how to get around it. But still, be safe, bro. You're not a rookie, though. A lot of people don't know your background, but I know you're not a rookie.
I know.
You know how government functions. You know how society functions. But we missed the closing argument. I did. the other voice was missing. The truthful voice was missing. I refused to listen to Radio Kigali. So I was listening to other news outlets, right? And so I got a clock behind me just to remind you of your clock.
I know that. Yeah.
But I heard you say something just now. You said these elections are very interesting. They're one of the most interesting elections I've been a part of, and I've been actively involved in 3 elections. And these elections are so crazy that you need, like, I'm an IT guy, right? So I put all kind of numbers into AI. I've been trying to do models. But the AI said, I got no clue about it. I remember forgetting. The AI said, I do not have a present data. I say, okay, AI, shut up. Now my people. But one thing is glaring from these elections. I will not try to be partisan here. I will be talking about my observation as a political analyst, been in the Liberian, actively involved in the Liberian political scene for the last 18 years of my life. Liberian politics is tribal, very tribal. And until we start looking for candidates and not kinsmen, development will elude us. And I'm talking about as far down the ballot as representative ballots. You know, in some districts, they got the Mandingosa, they got the Faisa, they got the Menisa. Everybody put their own tribal lines in districts. In districts. You know, so that's my calculus. That's what I take away from elections 2023. That my people, are we still learning this democracy? America is still learning. As a matter of fact, they always say democracy is an experiment, right? Yeah. So, yeah, you know, so they still learning, and we are in our infancy. They matured now, right? So they're like our kids. I mean, Liberia is like the kids, where we as their parents need to nurture them. And that's what I see that America is trying to do, even though the parents also have some challenges democratically. But be safe. And what's your impression? So what's going on in Liberia in terms of the mood? We heard people posting online all kind of crap about helter-skelter in Warasa. We came to find out it was fake news. What happened in Warasa today?
I mean, I know I saw the TV crew down Waterside, people interviewing people and so forth. But again, you know, social media, as soon as everybody got Facebook now, so people get nervous right away.
Yeah.
So, you know, you said something, besides that, the mood in the city is, I mean, it's like everybody just on the alert because every day people making threats. Now, you notice that it started to cool down when initially it appears that the Unity Party apparently they want to listen to NEC at all. They only believe in what they were saying, that people were saying.
That blue bag.
Yeah. So now when they started to pay attention to NEC and the results were being given, and they felt they were favorable to them in some kinds of way too, then they start quoting NEC now and going back on Facebook and posting. Initially, the first few days we're finna winning. They say we are gonna concede. Clearly mentioned, you gotta concede right now. I mean, it's like all this stuff. They know very well that that's not how it works.
Yeah.
You gotta go to NEC to make the announcement, the results, and then from there, if you have any problem, you go to court. But right now, I don't know. So far, I've not heard about anybody going to court. But we were heard of
the challenge is down ballot. Down
yeah,
ballot.
I heard that the speaker.
A lot of challenges down ballot. Not only the speaker. I mean, I've been getting a lot of down ballot. The country devil care the ballot passing Nima. Nima that come on.
Yeah. So I woke up on Saturday morning. I found out that somebody told me that there's trouble in Nima. So I immediately contacted the justice minister, and he asked me what was going on, and he told me, his Nima was calm, and I said, okay, but you followed it, what happened? He said, he told me, Nima is calm, and so that
but the devil carried the ballot box, that one there. Maybe he don't know the report. The reporter, that's what Devietta said yesterday, that any reports should be not reported to the NEC because the NEC does not have enforcement authority. It needs to be reported to the police or the Justice Ministry. They have enforcement authority. And so all that stuff we saw on social media, by the time you saw it, when you talked to him, he was not even informed. And we saw police people on the site, right? You know, so our security is something that we got to be concerned about. If that kind of, so you got people on the hand that's supposed to buffer a lot of stuff and understand how it works, right? So not everything that comes to the chief of police, you go in the Ministry of Justice. That one, you understand that. You've been in that thing, so you understand that. But when you need to escalate it, you need to go to him. But most times, especially now, he need a FYI. He need, this is going on. We got it under control. But for you to know. Yeah. So
one of the things we can touch on a little bit before we leave. The second, I see so far right now, I got a message from both sides that they are all bracing for a runoff. But like I was saying earlier before you came on, and like you said, you talk about tribal. Now the guy from Akko, he will be a key player in the runoff because I think right now he's at third place nationally, or Lucille Camara.
Yes.
So people need to engage him right away. I believe already engaging, I'm sure.
Right
now. Yes. And now they already engaging, I believe so. But now.
But what about the Appleton factor here? What do you think about what boy Appleton?
But I saw the guy, right? The guy told me he told me the place called World Trade Center. So the guy just went there and just talked, he's a bluff ball.
That was born now. So
the bluff ball talking there. Now here they say the man out of the country, the man gone, the man left the country, So
I mean, don't give it.
It's a factor, it's a factor.
When I look at the ballot, right, and you saw the ballot because you voted. Appleton was the first name, and his vice president name is Alex C. Cummings campaigned as Alex Cummings. On the ballot, he was Alexander Cummings. What the literature reading up here? I think we were 2 or 3, 4%, something like that. Some crazy number. So how many other people can read? Somebody, the only thing they saw Alex. You remember that Alex? So not a spy edited for whatever. The Appleton factor. But in Maryland County, it was legitimate votes for him because he was stronger in Maryland County. A lot of people,
But you see, the runoff now will be interesting because the runoff you have only 2% on the ballot in the runoff. You have Boyka and Weah. Now, yes, what's going to happen though? I was saying earlier. Let's assume that I was running for a senatorial position or representative position. To voter registration, I took people from Monrovia, from wherever. I took them to where I'm running. to go and vote for me, register for me. I paid away, I fed them, and I get a small package change. Now, if I didn't win, right? You see, I would. And if people, they can't vote nowhere but where they register to vote. Okay? Now, because where you register to vote, the way you're going to vote. So now, you got to either find me now. Say to my man, the people you care to go vote for you. We need
and they can vote for me.
Yeah. But you know, right now, if I didn't win, all the money I spent, I already broke. I'm down. I'm down right now.
I'm done with politics. I'm broke.
Yeah. So now to get to what happened, you look at it. Right now all the various parties, right? The strategies now are looking at the votes now and seeing which candidates are in the run for representative and senatorial position, which one then pull the highest votes in certain areas.
That's the strategy.
If I'm from the CDC or the UP, and I'm looking at a country that we didn't like. There was some country that came out, the Magibi, okay, or Lofa or Nimba. These are countries I want to see the people that came high get high votes in these counties. So I go to them, say, look, I want to know who are the people that voted for you. You have control of them, right? We need these voters to come on us or do the runoff. I will have to now and get them. So now discussion start right there. How do you get it? Where they say, man, these people they didn't vote in Morovia. They voted way in Nimba, way in Bongante. So the question is, how you get these people there? The discussion start right there.
But you know, this has been a problem. If
Yes.
you notice, every second round, the amount of votes reduce. The amount of vote of ballots cast is reduced.
Because
since 2005.
It's all have low turnout.
It's a
Low turnout because low turnout. Yes, because
it's not low turnout. It's a trucking. The people are not able to vote because they vote, and nobody taking them back. It's a trucking.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a trucking. Yeah.
So it's a problem now.
It's not now. It's been a problem. Look, one thing that surprised me, a friend of mine in the U.S., intelligent person, educated, somebody who I think we have like minds, told me he was going to Liberia, and I know where his house is in Liberia. He said he's going to register in District 10 to vote for Yeke. I said, dude, in the States, do you leave your district to vote? The same thing we're trying to educate our people about not voting in your district. It's the same thing you're doing. So this trucking thing, the people, yes, sir, in America got that trucking mindset. Like right now, the amount of ANC people that were trucked to Liberia, it would be factual. I'll be surprised how many of them will vote in the second round. I will be very surprised if they jump on the plane to come back home. And that's a lot of them. And our friends too, Timothy, you know that. You see them all the time, Maria. Y'all break bread together. But how many of them staying for second round? Are you, Timothy, staying for second round?
No.
Oh, okay. So you wanted to catch on there too. Look at Junior, you see? The truck Timothy go for
I decided to go. I had the option of voting Morovia. I went and registered in Habel. I voted in Habel. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but are you hometown? And I respect that.
Yeah.
I was proud of you for doing that.
Yeah,
I was proud of you for doing that. Are you hometown? Where you vote? Where you supposed to vote? Yeah.
Yes.
The representative in that district, you want her to voice in who represents your people.
Yeah.
In that district election more important than the presidential, and you proved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now, as I said earlier, look, you gotta now look at the results that are coming in and look for the areas, the countries that you didn't win. Now, if I'm a strategist in a room or one of these parties' room now, I'm looking at the countries that we didn't do well. I'm looking for those people who had, like, somebody had support that got 12,000 votes, in somebody counted that they didn't win. You go after that person and you talk to that person, say, look, they'll tell you up front, man, look, honestly, people is all voting for me, you're not from that play. I took them from Monrovia, I can't over there. So to bring the people back, you gotta put them in truck and get them back. So you gotta put them again. Look, and it will be a tough thing though, and you'll see. It will be tough. But Lofa, tell me, man, what you think? This headed for a runoff, and there's no joke about it. It'll be a runoff. And,
right.
But it's going to be interesting, I tell you for a fact. Because the reason why it's interesting, because look at the trend. 2005, when CDC went to run off with UP, CDC went in the lead. Well, the lead wasn't significant. So the runoff was very tough, and then they gave it up. Then 2011, the same thing. UP had a lead, but then when it got to the second round, CDC boycotted it, but they didn't go. So now 2017, everybody knew that going to the runoff, we are going to beat Boycott because they saw the first round. The Boycott won, I think he won 2 counties the first round. But this one, it's interesting though, because they are neck to neck. And right now, as of today, Boycott is leading slightly in Monserrato. He already won Bomi. He's leading in Cape Mount. He won Bapolu. He's leading in Nima. He already won Lofa. Now,
wow,
he's leading in Magibi. We are leading in. We are already won Maryland, Bassa. Yeah.
Bassa's not done yet. Bassa's
not done yet. Yeah, but he leading there. But he already sweeping the Southeast. He's sweeping the Southeast like crazy. In the high side
with an average of 79%.
Yeah. So, but with these now, so right now, if you are, let me put you an example. Okay, if you are in the CDC strategy room now, what would be your plan now going to the second round? What you be looking at?
Well, first of all, good evening to you guys. Great to be back on here. We made these arguments at the very beginning of these elections. Election is not simply the way we see it in Liberia, where we resort to, the mountain caucus. It's supposed to be negotiation, right? You're selling your idea as to how you can get the job done. And if for some reason you don't make it, you still have the opportunity to sit with somebody else who can better, relate to your idea. Unfortunately, this is where it becomes a little critical. And I just want to speak back to what my brother Harris said earlier. The folks from the diaspora, especially folks who supported the CPP and went to Liberia. Here's where it becomes important for us to take into consideration. Vast majority of the folks from the CPP who went to Liberia may have stayed had their interest still been in the race. But considering that both parties currently in the race are at 6 and 7, a lot of them would say, you know what? These two parties are the same. It would be a waste of my time to stay and even think that I should support George Weah. A lot of them, folks from the CPP, don't want to support George Weah candidacy. And folks from, of course, the CPP, definitely, after all of the attacks from the Unity Party, the disrespect to their political party, the level of hate, that definitely they're not going to stay around and say, okay, we're going to cast our vote. And even if they do, which one of them really stands a better chance to win them over? Do you really think the Unity Party have the face to sit now with candidates or probably voters from the CPP and say, hey, we need your vote. Can you give it to us? Who in the Unity Party can honestly stand up and look in the face of an Alexander Cummings and say, look, after it all, we need your support and we need your vote? Who can do that? The only expected person would have been the self-proclaimed unifier. Unfortunately, he's just as divisive and worse. So looking at it, who benefits from all of this right now? I would say to you, the the CDC may end up benefiting a whole lot because the CDC supporters are consistent. They're not turning away. No matter what you do, the CDCians will support George Weah. But this is where the Unity Party will fall flat on their faces because they may not be able to persuade the voters who came in to vote for those independent candidates or for those candidates who they saw to be far different from both the CDC and that of the Unity Party. And this is where it becomes critical for them, for those who are even propagating the message of the Unity Party. They appear to be more on the attack and more divisive than what Liberians really want to hear at this time. They're running with the war drums. Vast majority of Liberians from the diaspora and Liberia don't want to hear that. That's not what they wouldn't want to hear. They want to hear that unifying message, and it's not coming from anywhere. And if you were to look at it, to be honest with you, I think the CDC is presenting herself more as that institution that really wants to govern. They are reaching out to say, you know what? You guys want to be fighting. We would play as though that is not what we are about. We will reach out to people. We will engage them. We will make the case to them to make them to understand that, look, we may have underperformed our first 6 years, but there's a possibility that we could do better the second year if the opportunity is given to us, as compared to the Unity Party, who is not looking in that direction. They are there to attack. So what makes it more difficult for the Unity Party is, one, the financial constraints. Will they be able to reach to every location again to provide this, the protection for the voters? I doubt it. You spoke about something that I also want to add a little bit to. That is the fact that people truck. You truck people from one location to another. Are those people going to go back and vote for the candidates of your choice? Possibly not. So you may notice there may be a low turnout in the second round. And who benefits from that again? The establishment benefit. The government benefit from a low turnout in the elections. I'll stop there for now and continue later.
Yeah, but Lofa made some points that I wanted to buttress. So, so one of the points you said, low turnout, that's expected in all second rounds in Liberian elections since 2005. One of the things that you mentioned, especially important, is that a lot of people in the diaspora think CDC and the Unity Party are the same, and people beating war drums, so they rather the latter. I'm saying that's the calculus of the ANC, and that's what caused to the dismal showing of the ANC. The calculus of the ANC was projected on specifically the base. The base of the ANC, now we know, factually, is the diaspora. We know that. That's a fact. The numbers prove that, right? And that's not a discussion anymore. But the calculus of the ANC that the diaspora, you see, they when they wanted the public perception survey in Liberia and the ANC fought against it, they had the numbers already. Alex been in corporate America so long that he also understands numbers. So he had crunched those numbers already. So he didn't want the public perception survey. And the public perception survey that he had, ANC thought it was about Alex Cummings. It was about the ANC as a whole. And I think it's a rude awakening to all my friends. 90% of my personal friends are ANC members. And Tomalin, me and you, that offended, right? Yeah, that offended. But I'm a bona fide Seditian, founding member of the Mighty Congress of Democratic Change, and now in the coalition, but I'm a Seditian. The blue I have on is not because of CDC, it's just that early in my career, there was something they called Microsoft Link, and we rolled that out maybe 15 years ago in IT. Now it's Microsoft Teams. So this shirt just reminds me of that, and I wear this vest a lot. So, but it's not a CDC vest because I didn't come here to be partisan, but I came here to crunch the numbers. So let's look at when the CDC people said that the Southeast was going to eat up Nima. Everybody said, "Oh, how many people in the Southeast?" Joseph Boyka disrespected the people in the Southeast. So now we go in the second round. Do you think, and Lofa, that's a critical question to you, do you think Joe Boyka able to go by road in the Southeast, through the Southeast?
Well, but again, these are some of the things that was actually put at the front of the very campaign that we are now referencing, okay, all of the messaging. Something that was critical and that played a critical part of the entire process is the idea of these candidates reaching out to various counties, okay,
Correct.
these voters. You and I know this for a fact without having to be a scientist or anything. It is impossible that Joseph Boyka will go to the Southeast. You and I know this. No,
you don't have to explain no more.
and the possibility, and here's the thing, though, and here's the thing, the possibility of him even having to go back to Lofa County. Now, remember, here is something that they claim was working to their favor. Lofa County was their stronghold. Okay,
that's a green wall.
Okay, so the expectation was they were just going to sweep the CDC out of there. The CDC stood no chance. Now look at the number that CDC got out of there. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 28, 27%. Okay.
Boyka got 56%, and he got 90% in the last election.
Okay, so this time around he got 56%.
It's almost a 40% drop.
Okay, now
what about those don't do now?
Okay, so that is looking at the fact that at least this time around, he went there and campaigned. Would he still have that strength? Okay, would the financial support still come in to enable him? And again, let's just not forget about the fact that both political parties were claiming one round victory. If we're looking at the numbers, if we're crunching the number based on what we know right now, could there be a possibility of a one-round victory? We denied it.
If can do it. If Mangibi does it for CDC, it's a one-round because we
so
anywhere else.
There you go.
That's in Tomalin name Mangibi the voting organ of funny way.
So here's the thing. Here's the reality. Here's the reality about this, right? We still cannot just kick out the possibility of a one-round victory, but who stands a better chance based on what we are looking at today, looking at the numbers? Who stands a better chance of actually running away with this one-round victory? I will tell you up front, based on what we are looking at, I think seditionists can celebrate and say, looking at what we got from Lofa County and the fact that that was their stronghold, and Lofa County really insulted the father of the land, telling him, you show us nothing, you care not about us. I'm telling you, if the Southeast come out strong and the other parts that CDC is holding on to, this is not.
You know what's
the possibility of a second round is going to be difficult.
You know what's surprising? The entire Lofa legislative caucus is a sedition caucus. Unbelievable. Tomalin, do you know that? The entire Lofa legislative caucus is CDC. Every district, every senator. Steve Zago, I mean, I don't didn't mess with Steve Zago, man. That's just what it did to give the team to military and all of that. Steve Zago just was just collateral damage.
Look,
he played politics right. Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, like you guys have raised some important points. And again, Judah just said something, Rufus said something just on that. Somebody's telling me to that. We should still watch. They said, Wednesday, tomorrow is Tuesday. By Wednesday, when you go to NEC and you're going to listen to the final results, and perhaps you will know where they're heading. So
because it's not 51%. It's not 51% like a lot of people thinking.
It's
It's
50
50 plus 1 vote.
Plus 1. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
1 vote.
So,
It can be a business point, right?
so anything
It
can
can be a
happen.
business point.
Yes, so anything can happen. Like Lufa, you just said something, and somebody just texted me and they agree with you. The person, so high person in one of the parties. They said the thing he just said, follow it, because Wednesday, watch out for Wednesday, what will happen Wednesday, and get the results. We announce Wednesday. Because now there are more, the CDC got some of the votes still in the southeast, they are still in the southeast. And I think there are only 0.05% of the votes remaining for Nima County. But they have, I think they are
2 polling places.
Yeah, so and
The one that Devil ran away from, another one.
And that particular place there too, you know that you still got a gun growth factor. You know he's still in Houston. I mean, and no one going to get a vote that coming in the remaining votes. Somebody alone going to get it all by themselves. No, everybody will have the piece of it.
But in the South, Imane will get all.
No, I want to disagree. I want to disagree with that because
I know got 100 polling places left.
I mean, out of the current the number that is left in the southeast, I would not say CDC is going to take everything. They're not going to run with it, all right. But the number that may go to the side of the Unity Party, I doubt it will cross anywhere above 10 or 50%. Just based on the way the numbers are coming in, it's not favorable to the Unity Party. And I think part of the reason why the Unity Party is struggling like this today, not only are the voters telling these people that, look, while it is true that you insulted our intelligence to even come up, how in the world can a political party in this modern dispensation tell the people they are resolved? What do they look like? These are humans. Okay, our intelligence. Okay, our intelligence, again, based on it, we change. We are always willing to expand our horizon. And then a political party look at the people and say they are resolved as though, you know, they are just animals that are trained to perform in a specific way, and they would never change or learn something new. So that is how they're supposed to think. That is how they're supposed to act. And the fact that President Weah had performed dismally. So based on that, they were so arrogant, they felt like they had it. And to even project the idea of a one-round victory tells you that, hey, these guys don't even understand the voters that they are appealing to for their votes. They don't care. They feel like, okay, George Weah's failure to do certain things gave us the next leadership. But guess what? That is exactly the opposite of what Liberians are now looking at with the involvement, with the
Lofa, you from Lofa County.
Yeah.
Now your people. Vonjima is where Joe Biden is from, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's from
Foya. Ain't that Foya?
Oh, he's from Foya. He won more votes in Vonjima than he won in Foya.
Okay.
Foya, he didn't win. Well, Thomas Fala won Foya. His hometown. You are a son of the soil, and you know your people. I'm a bastard man. I know my people. My people, they don't vote on tribal lines. We don't.
Okay.
The bastard people, they want to Bromsky pay the price for that. We all know that, right, Tomalin? Yeah, the bastard boy vote for Bromsky. Yeah, but what do you think gonna happen in the second round in Lofa? Since CDC won every senatorial and legislative seat in Lofa, but what got still 150-70% of the votes?
This is where the idea of campaign, the momentum, and the desire to go back and make the case will play a major part. Yombi Kanga cannot go to Lofa County to speak to the people of Lofa County. Okay?
You know your people.
you and I know that. Yombi's not going there. Darius DeLong decision, if Darius DeLong was to actually get up and say he's going there, it would only be for a free ride, a showboat. He cannot invite anything.
So he got no more.
Thank you. The only person who can actually make impact over there may probably be Yeke Koluba. But guess what? Yeke Koluba compared to that of Thomas Fala, who just won in that part, okay, in that part of the county, and looking at other fighters, they are standing against and they're facing a steep hill that I would be surprised. I would be surprised if they see the Unity Party make any better changes when it comes to Lo-Fi County. Definitely, that is not going to happen. I can say that for a fact that the momentum will stay with the CDC based on what they're willing to do. But again, I don't want to trash out the possibility of this one-round victory. And looking at the way we're seeing things, if it doesn't end up with this one-round victory, it's working against the Unity Party, because in all cases, can you believe the Unity Party today, those who were propagating their messages on the social media, they don't even trust these people to even have access to their data. They are on the social media begging. They don't have it. That's my point. That's my point. They are not prepared to participate. Like I said before, and I'll say this again. The only reason why the Unity Party is in this race to this point is simple. The Unity Party is here, one, because of sympathy from the people who felt like, our honorable boycott had been in government for so long. The old man, Ben, let's just give it to him. Let's just consider him. That's the only reason why he's still in this race. And other things of factor that may have played in, like the CPP is saying right now, the data don't seem to be accurate. There are certain things that they're taking into consideration. So all of those things could factor into it. But the Unity Party.
Tomalin, did you play Cummings response today?
Yeah, I trying to get the guys to play.
Yeah, it's important that you play it today.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah, go ahead,
Peabody. I gotta get first for you before y'all do something. Hold on, y'all make me first. Let me tell you.
My brother, my big brother, told you why. It's so good to see you tonight on the Closing Acumen and Lo-Fi. Good to see you. I'm in the process. I'm on my way back to the U.S. So but it's just important for us to. And I thank you for your message, Toyiwa, because when I saw that message, it really hit us high. We've been traveling out of the country and everything was just like that. But we're gonna be back. But it's interesting what we're seeing in Liberia, and I think this time now, I think the 1% or 2% or 7% of what people called it, the folks from the UP called it. I think now it's the time that we need them. But I mean, from what I'm seeing now, this election, I don't want to call a prediction. I don't want to be the other people that call prediction, but I think Lo-Fi really, I think the CDC really put up some strength in Lo-Fi. Very, very, we saw Stomafala, they put up some strong points. So as it is going, it's hard to say, but I think we'll see something change. We'll see something different here. Unfortunately, I already seen folks on Facebook who are already rejoicing. Oh, we told you the Pape is strong. We told you the Pape can do this. The CDC is struggling and all of that. But I mean, the surprise is yet to come. It's yet to come. But it's really interesting. So I really will wait and see what happens tomorrow or the coming days. But it's been interesting. It's been interesting, folks. And also some of the things that I see happening in the election. I see folks, some folks winning, and I don't want to call names, but some of the folks that are winning senatorial, gosh,
I saw your post. I saw your post.
Other people wanted me to call names, but I was more concerned about the one who was more involved into the gruesome killing of people. We saw what's the guy named McGrady Addison's wife that was brutalized and later killed by this individual. So a cousin of ours, Augusta Bachu, who was gruesomely killed, begging for mercy, and this man killed him, and other people that he killed. And to have this guy overwhelmingly elected, I love the people at Nima. I've done a lot of work for Nima, but it just, I mean, I go to Nima all the time. I build schools. I build Sarah Hanford. I built one of the biggest elementary school in Nima in a village called System. But I am just, but I don't know. But it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what happens in the coming days. But Tomalin, thank you for just ensuring that we have a show tonight. We didn't let our audience know we're having a show, but Tomalin had to step in. The other folks are plenty. And tell you what, thank you for that message. But it's good to be on the show for the short time I'm here. Good to be on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. But you know what's happened? Look, again, I will say again, I will chill on this. I mean, people are saying that I should wait for Wednesday before I talk about runoff. But again, there's a possibility. We just say if there's a possibility of runoff. But again, we'll wait for that time. But again, we'll still discuss it, But if there's a runoff, people.
To me, more is a probability more than a possibility.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, and it comes to serious negotiation and lobbying. Because look, if especially those who I repeat, those who trust people to go register to vote in some areas that they are now residing, you got to carry people back. But then I will say this to you guys: when you are in a runoff, in a close race, forget about money. Money comes from all over. Because somebody will say, the person will be there, the person will win again. The person will win too. They will get money to. They can support any side. So money won't be a factor much. But it's the negotiation and lobbying that will happen. But I'll say again, the reason why the ruling party over the advantage because they have all these structures, local leaders, the town chiefs, power chiefs, all over. They utilize all these means to get.
And they have the resources, bro. They have the resources.
Yeah. So, and the way you got to do it. And then the third thing is that if you are being in opposition and you are being fighting, it's hard to convince people to support you because people want you. They feel that you already have showed the bad blood and soul. So it requires tense negotiation. So I don't know. Good luck to those who will be involved in it. But I can tell you, it will be a very, very, very close, tough race.
Yeah, it is. It will be a very, very close, tough race. And now that's when they take and leave it. That when the CPP.
I won't call a person name. Somebody for CPP say we don't have number. None of them can negotiate because they will negotiate with Appleton.
I'm in the chat. They said 4:30 at the Appleton hour in Maria.
The says they only got 1%. They cannot negotiate with 1%. Maybe they'll go to Appleton to negotiate. But the thing here is, I think that's when the CPP step in right here. You will need them. You will need them to endorse you. All the things that was.
Let me tell you something. Movability is critical in the play in Nima.
Yes, it's very.
You see, those are the kind of math that Tomalin was talking about. Mm-hmm. The representative seats that pull numbers. Those are the people you start negotiating with. I just use movability because it's obvious that that's a number in Nima CDC want to get more because now money by numbers become up for grabs. Yeah. So who does Monamba goes with? Monamba got 25,000 out of Nima.
Yes. Yeah. That is very crucial.
So who does Monamba go with?
Monamba
but they got that. But for Nima, Congo got 16,000, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Congo are talking about not money back.
Congo 16,000. And his sister, I know she's back in the States, but she was former superintendent there. And when she and Cool ran for that senatorial,
she did
extremely well. So if anybody going after to get her on her side, which I know she will most likely support the CDC from talking to her, or I can tell you that. But I can tell you though, I don't see her brother endorsing anyone. He would just maybe stay out of it, and the people will do what they want to do. Same with Cummings. I don't see Cummings.
Cummings going to court. I'm sure Cummings going to go to court.
Yeah, so I don't see Cummings endorsing anyone too. I think he will stay out of it and let people go and decide to vote.
So if there's a runoff, when legally, when should the runoff be held?
November 7th. November 7th.
Oh, but some people will be in jail by then. Sorry, guys. November 2nd is my birthday, guys. So you know. So everything I expect a birthday gift on November 2nd. My mom told me the day I was born.
I driving straight to the house that day.
My mom told me that the day I was born, so that's my birthday.
I'm driving straight to the house that day. But you know, talking about Jess Trekkers. Jess Trekker, great printer. We talking about Tewon Congo for who that?
In Nima, yeah.
Yeah, in Nima. You know, and we're talking about, I think CDC put a very beautiful performance in Lofa. They did great. I mean, let's be honest.
I'm surprised we didn't get more out of Nima.
Yeah, but I think you guys.
We are Johnny Nima.
Yeah.
No, but I can tell you though, like for instance, you will see that I can expect you to see Finda, Thomas Fala, Sir Joseph, Koji, the whole the Lofa boys. So I said going into Lofa to help to
all the children and Mama Sikavane, all of them.
Yeah. So you know because they all focus on one thing that always I see them going to Lofa, carrying the whole troops there to make sure that they will not necessarily win, but they will try to cut down the
on the margins,
the margin,
because 2017 second round it was 90% of Lofa County for Boca.
He's not already getting the man. I think he's the highest senator lawmaker that he got 300,000 votes already. Sir Joseph.
So you know what? You know what, Tomalin? Wow, I would say that Joseph need to lead the way in Montserrat for if there's a second round. He needs to lead the way because
no, but he did. But for some reason, I'm a Sidician. I don't think Sir Joseph was as close to the campaign, to the national campaign, as I wanted him to be.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not on the ground, but I don't think we deployed him. We used him. I mean, he was in every district that the president went to. That one he was there. But when the president left Monserrato, he was not showing. He showed face.
He got a lot of support, man. This guy is look. Tell you what, you know, and I always say that, and people tell me, "Oh, you biased." When I make a comment on Facebook, people say, "Oh, what about Sir Joseph?" Sir Joseph did not fight war. He didn't kill anybody. Sir Joseph was a refugee. There are many of us who went on the camp and demonstrated his leadership ability on that refugee camp and got sponsors in the U.S. that partnered with him and still partner with him. But the thing is, too many hours where we were staying on Monrovia, we didn't even have a conversation on election day. We didn't have a conversation with any of those people at the guest house. Nothing. But we were just sitting there, and all those guys came back, and they would tell you, I just heard them talking, I'm voting for this person. But all of them would say, my senator is Sir Joseph. Everywhere you pass, Sir Joseph. This guy have done so well. Even folks from UP, CDC, I mean, from ANC and other, say you dare to touch this guy in the race. But I've seen people writing, when you talk about people who have killed or people who have been essential, what about Sir Joseph? But there's nothing there about Sir Joseph doing anything or committing any crime or doing anything. He won this election overwhelmingly. Everywhere you pass in Monrovia and you just mention his name, people say that the senator, that's the people that want that. I mean, you just hear them talking. I just passed visit and hear them talking, and I mean, I think he's the only senator that won by the highest margin.
300,000. Yeah. 300,000 the man got already. 300,000.
Yeah. You know?
But we won't pay yourself for him. How you saying we won't pay? You be saying we won't pay. Come on.
Yeah.
They got better quality in UP than with my pay.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think with
I've been going against the Unity Party since 2005. That 18 years of my life. I know the quality of my opposition. With my pay was not that quality, in my opinion.
yeah.
And I know the quality of my opposition.
He I don't know, there was a tsunami victory for Sir
No,
Joseph.
but look, I'll tell you this. Welcome, Johnny. I'll tell you this though. Look, if there's a runoff, look, it will require serious negotiation, serious lobbying. In fact, I believe it already started. It already started. In fact, I had lunch with somebody from the ANC, from CPP, and when I had lunch with the person, imagine the person UP already contacted the CPP already. You UPO, and they were listening. But then I think on Thursday I was told by this high official from the CPP that the UP were telling them so they should go to challenge the results together. But then when the CPP asked them, say, well, we need evidence to challenge the result, then they couldn't produce it, so I think they just left it. But I can tell you now, with a race like this, UP will not talk about going to court again. They won't talk about going to court again. The way they race like this, if they go to a runner, they won't talk about court. So that means they won't go that route. But it requires your best negotiating team. Put it together. Those who can negotiate, those who understand Liberian politics, the nitty-gritty of Liberian politics, the tribal politics. Look up. These are people you need to get on board now. You get them, and you targeting countries that you didn't win, because people now will focus on only two persons now. It's no more on senatorial representative race. It's on presidential race. So, but now you be contacting men like that Johnny you be making contact with them right now. Yeah, will he support Uncle Joe Burger? We don't know. So, see, these people the two parties have reached out to Johnny them. They talk. We need that vote your guy. Start talking to Johnny them. Start going to the other people that can second or third places on these rural races. But most of the problem, Julius, I'll tell you again, I repeat, the problem is people trust people to register to vote. It costs money, brother. It's not free.
And if you got it,
you got to feed them, you got to transport, you got to get them, then they per down. So now to get them to come back to go vote to the areas, you need them. So it costs money,
But here's the thing, though, and that's the question that I think a lot of people want the Unity Party to answer. Okay, the issue of financial constraints that we have always highlighted. The Unity Party had this issue from the start. They were struggling with their rent, mortgage. They couldn't pay that. In the recent election, they were struggling to even pay their pool watcher. I don't think they have pool watcher all over. Now, are they willing to balance things out here? Because if I was in the first round of the race, okay, and I got whooped, at least I want to give something back for all of those people that were trucked. And that's part of the reason why we often advise against these things. Look, if you're patriotic enough and want to go to vote in your district, even though you don't live there, that's fine. But if you allow somebody to come and hand you a T-shirt or say, because you're close to me, so come and register in my district so you can vote, and knowing that the possibility of that person even winning is slim, I think you're working against yourself, because the second round, if he shows no interest in taking you back there, then what becomes of it? And I think this is where everything falls, because Unity Party, like I said before, and I'll end on this note, the Unity Party brings no new idea to the entire process. They have always dwelt on the same strategy. We will talk, we will do all of these things, and this is how we will win. We will use the propaganda, and that's how we will get our voters to believe in us, because we don't have the idea, we don't have any other strategy to utilize in this entire process. And because of that, I think this is where they will find themselves triangulated.
Yeah, you're right, though.
Johnny.
Johnny, so the key is on too.
So yeah, I'm here. So Hi, everybody. Quite a long time now.
good evening.
The election made Johnny K wear BL.
Yes, man. So, but gentlemen, man, thank you so much. We've been struggling to join the team over the last few weeks, but technology and our movement around did not permit us to join you guys. But we are so happy to be here. We've ended the election process. The voting is over. We are now looking up to the National Election Commission to read out the results and tell us who has won the election. But from the current look of things, we see that we have two of the candidates that most times we thought that were not, should not have been the preferred, uh, candidates to lead us. But however, Liberians have voted. They have told us that these are the two that we should look among and take one. And so we are here. So I mean, Liberians did well. I want to commend Liberians for turning out, very huge turnout during the election. And we only expect that NEC would do the due diligence into the right thing as their votes on October 10th. And I want to caution all Liberians as NEC announces the result, and whoever we declare by NEC as a winner of this election, we all should respect the result and work along with our government to ensure the next 6 years become more productive and Liberians will enjoy the blessing of God as God has provided Liberian people. And so for us, for Lino, we are okay. We work. It seems that our work did not result to what we expected, but we are also now planning for the next 6 years. What do we do? And going forward with the elections for 2029, we are already done with 2023 already. So we are now looking ahead of us, looking at what we can do, what did we do right, correct those mistakes, and bring how we can work together to ensure that we will be able in the next 6 years. So thank you all, and I don't know what else we want to talk about, but I think Liberians.
Do you got plan to endorse any? If this is the second round, do you got plan to endorse anybody, any parties?
Well, I cannot say plan to endorse, but I think the National Executive Committee of Lino, the party, is discussing. We are looking at the possibilities of if it's necessary to endorse or not. But yes, there's no plan to endorse, but the party is discussing on a regular basis as to what should we do. Of course, obviously, from what I see, we are going to have a second round. I don't see how one party will win first round this election, but in the second round, of course, our party is discussing right now. The NEC of Lino is discussing the potential of giving support to other of the parties, but right now I cannot say which party will be supported because the NEC is discussing. Lino is a party that had to do with census bidding. So once the NEC and the Executive Committee of Lino come up with a resolution, that's what the party will be doing or will be following.
Let me ask a question quick. Johnny, besides, how many votes you got in Lofa so far? What are the total votes you got in Lofa?
What?
The total votes Lino got in Lofa. You getting me?
Well, I don't want to speak to the number we got in Lofa now. We don't want to. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But then, Johnny, the number are public knowledge, so you're not giving us something new. It's not nothing new.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're right. So we have numbers from Lofa that are not really I call it what should I say? Number we have on Lofa, they are not really encouraging. And so, we are kind of let down actually. Our people did not give what kind of support we needed from them. And unfortunately for us, CDC won more votes more than us, along with the Unity Party. So our numbers in Lofa are not encouraging really. I don't want to even just
when you say encouraging, what do you mean?
From Lofa for us.
When you say not encouraging, what do you mean?
I mean, it's low. I mean, with the kind of work we did in Lofa and what we got from there, it's so low comparing what we made, what the kind of effort we applied, what we did there, and everything put into Lofa. We think that people probably didn't get our message very clear, or they just voted the way they wanted to vote. So, I mean, frankly speaking, I wouldn't want to talk about the numbers we got there, but
If you estimate, what do you think?
No, I cannot estimate Peabody. I know the number. I don't want to discuss the number. I'm going to estimate the number to you. Once
No,
I estimate the
you
number,
know the number. You know the number, and we know the number. So it's not an estimation; it's a fact.
yeah.
No, but
Johnny,
you know the number already.
Johnny, let me
Peabody,
tell
you know
you
the
something.
number. So I'm just telling you that we are not happy with the number we got. But
yeah, we're just fair. We're just fair.
No,
And you recalibrating one thing can sense you, Lanu, right? And there's a lot of no political party has won elections by themselves in Liberia. Fact, right? Since the Second Republic, right? Everybody got coalition. Are you considering forming a coalition to boost you up with more appeal, or you going to retain Lanu as a single party?
yeah,
no, politics. He said yes.
Johnny, I asked you the question. I can't hear you.
To that man going negotiation, so he can't talk plenty. The man won't
But that's what the closing argument does. It asks the tough questions.
He's involved in negotiation right now, so he won't talk right now. Trust me.
Which is understood, but he can give a political answer. That's all. He can get a political answer.
Last comment.
He's talking, but we can't hear him.
You appear to be muted.
Yeah, I'm hearing you guys now.
Okay, go ahead. Now we can hear you.
Yeah, so Harry, I didn't get your last comment, Harris. Please come back.
No, I said no party has won the Liberian election since 2005 with no coalition with any other party. Lanu, with the dismal showing, and to tell you the truth, I'm a seditious, but the numbers I saw coming from Lanu, I didn't expect. I expected better. So I understand you and the level of work you did, how you feel. Are you guys thinking in the future to combine your efforts with some other parties so you can get better results? Because by yourself, the result is dismal. Maybe joining with somebody else, it might happen. Second round is here. Two parties are up, CDC and UP. Who is Lanu planning to go with? That's the question that Timothy don't want me to ask. But I will ask that question.
Yeah, Lanu planning to go with? You're not saying that though. So.
But Timothy said he's in negotiation. He can't answer those kind of questions, which we understand. But we need to ask those questions here. He can give us a political answer.
I see a lot of Unity Party folks. I guess the fight that I mentioned, Unity Party Trump, and we're discussing again.
Let the R when you asked what
yeah,
then after you
like I said,
had the Ben R. Go ahead, Johnny.
Johnny, there's a little bit of delay from your end. I probably will just get off and come back on. It might help you out.
No, but listen. So the point, right? I've said our party executives. Yeah, I think it's the internet actually.
Yeah,
we have a problem.
Yeah,
you gotta go on.
Just
so
go off and come back on.
Yeah,
No, but No, guys, let me say this. No.
So Tomalin, this is what I wanted to say, right? In response to Unity Party folks. Again, this is something that some of us been doing this thing for just long enough, and I'm not here to be biased. I'm not here to prove a specific point. The reality here is this: we have two political parties currently in the race, and we know what happened during the previous, the just ended campaign. We saw what happened overnight when videos were literally all over the social media showing people being transported from one part of Liberia to another. And we saw it happening all around. Now, the CDC and that of the Unity Party, and that's the reason why I made the case clear. I said both political parties, they are 5 and 6. You cannot distance the CPP, the CDC from that of the CDC. They both have the same way of doing things. When the CDC is trucking people, the Unity Party themselves, they're waiting to go and truck people. But there are video evidence to all of these things. I don't have to come here and bring a living body of an individual who may have been
So you see people, and what are you talking?
All parties talk.
Don't do that.
What?
Everybody talk. Everybody talk.
But everybody is no longer in the race.
So two people in the race.
Exactly. So who do we discuss? The two that are in the race.
Correct.
Exactly. So we can't continue to say that's everybody. No. The two that are in the race are the one we're going to have to narrow in on.
So who will be affected most by trucking?
Who will be,
in your opinion, will be the Unity Party?
I think the Unity Party will be more effective because, again, this is what they did. They brought no new idea to the forefront because they don't have it. And because of that, they rely on the old idea of trucking people. And now it would literally choke them because they have no new idea.
Yeah, they don't truck people to pass or to fight for the senatorial spot, but CDC still want it. But that's just a whole different story.
That's a whole thing.
And my own sister, you only did the same.
The trucking were fed both UP and CDC. But what happens here is that it depends on who has the financial capacity to do re-trucking. That's the point. So, for example, I was in Lofa in Salaye, right? I counted about 13 vehicles, buses and trucks.
Wow.
Moving people into, in fact, it was the first time ever I've seen Salaye town so crowded with young people.
There you go.
You know, to be frank, I couldn't even find my regular palm wine to drink in Salaye town. You understand?
Don't Maria picking here.
So it was so shocking to me. I'm walking around my town, Salaye town. I see new faces, young people walking through the town like total strangers, right? And on my way back, because I went to Salaye on Monday morning, I stayed there up to 2 o'clock. I drove back because I had gone to see that our party agents were motivated to be able to stay out and see what's going on. And then on my way back to Morovia, between Bian town, the bridge to Salaye town, I counted more trucks coming. In fact, there's a young man I met in a village called Fatu village who was sitting by the road and just photographing every car that passes by with people loaded on board going towards Lofa. So I'm saying to you is that what I'm saying right now is that second round comes and we have to truck people back. Who has the financial capacity to provide vehicle, provide feeding for those individuals who are trucked into Lofa, for example, to go and vote for the candidate they want to have voted. So if both parties have no money to truck people back to counties, I mean, the actual votes now in those counties would be the one that would decide who becomes the leader now after during the second round election. But if any one party has the capacity to re-truck people to those counties, you might have the advantage to win the votes because you have the financial capacity to truck people back to those places. Other than that, the actual votes of Lofa, of Nimba, of Bon County, of Bomi, Cape Mount, Bapulu, Basso, reverses will now determine who is actually going to be voted by those people in those counties. Then those truck people will remain into Omosoro County, and they will not be voting. Yeah.
So now let me ask a quick question here, Johnny. Considering these two political parties, right, the Unity Party and that of the CDC.
Yeah, go ahead, Julius.
Based on your assessment, and I will just ask a twofold question. Based on your assessment, who do you think is financially capacitated to repeat the idea of trucking if it boils down to that, considering where we find ourselves and based on what happened in the first round? And secondly, my second question to you would be, which of the two political parties currently in the race ideology actually conforms to that of what you believe in, for which you may consider to support if you were to make that decision?
All right, so thank you. So firstly, it's obvious that the CDC might have the opportunity to reach people because they might have the financial capacity, right? One. So in that case, they may have the opportunity to truck people, and if they come in contact with those who are arranged, those that were trucked into those counties. Now, let me make a clear distinction. I am not now, right now, and because I'm on the show, I don't want to give my personal opinion. If I say anything here, we see a Lano's statement. And while Lano executives are still discussing the second round, I think it will be premature for me to start giving my opinion here as individual, and it will be hard to distinguish my opinion from the Lano's decision I will come about. Because I have my personal opinion when it comes to second round. I have made my personal decision, but I'm looking to hear what my party have to say. I might have to be disciplined to follow my party's decision, or, I mean, obviously, in the opinion, but Julius, please forgive me. I do not want to give my opinion here because it will be difficult to distinguish my opinion from Lino or from speaking as a Lino person. You know, I've always said, right?
That's fair.
I'm always preaching the agenda of generational leadership. I've always said this generation must lead Liberia, must make its own leader.
You know,
what I'm
Johnny,
saying? So that's
Tomalin said a long time ago, Johnny, that you can't answer that question tonight. Not when you're in negotiations. So,
Oh yes, look, see what negotiation.
Are we wasting all this time? And what you said was the truth.
Yeah, guys, you
Can't
know,
answer that question tonight.
we got 10 more minutes. So we got 10 more minutes for the show. So let's put everything on the table now. Look, honestly, for what I'm seeing, I wait till Wednesday when I go to NEC and hear the final, not the final, but the announcement of the results. Then I will tell you, I will be 100% sure to know whether it's a runoff. But if there is a runoff, I can tell you right now, it will be intense because it will be the first time two parties going to a runoff very close, close the neck to neck. And like most of Nigeria said, and people criticizing him, but I think he just be real. It requires the relationship you have with other parties and those who will be on your team to negotiate. You got to, because honestly, like Johnny said, look, politics is expensive, and this is where the money can be shown. Because to convince somebody, the person will say, "Look, how sure am I if I support you? You'll give me a job tomorrow, or you give my party members job or opportunities. You get a contract, whatever the case." So, because people have lied to each other in the past, somebody can trust anybody now. So they say, "No, right now, do what you have to do right now." So when I talk, I will tell that one. But right now, we'll talk right now. Everybody right now, they're all broke for the election. They not spend all that they had. Now they put one to replenish. So if you are negotiating, I can tell you, I just got people already talking with each other now, and they will talk. You see people having all these meetings taking place now, and so it's up to the parties now. But if I was an analyst or strategist or the party, I'm looking at the party, the countries that didn't fare well. And the numbers of the people, the voters, the person who was the third or second highest vote, I'm targeting right now. I need your voters. If a representative got 20,000 or 10,000 in an area, but the person didn't win, I go after that person. I need you be on my campaign team to help my message to resonate. I need your voters. If the voters came from Mount Barkley, I will get in there too. Because if you can talk to the person, but the person voters now go, how would it? You need a vote. So if I'm the head of a party, you talk to me, well, my poor chop people. You're not talking about one. I got to convince my voters now to follow behind you to go vote for you on election day. Well, guys, look, you give your closing comments now and your last word on this issue as we take a leave. So anybody can start.
So yeah, but Tomalin, Mr. Maybe I can go off anytime. So here's the point, Tomalin. For me, what I'm looking at right now, I'm like 99% sure that there will be a second round. And let me give a reason why there will be a second round. Today's pronouncement brought 43.70, 43.65. And the total count right now, what we have left over, considering that you have invalid votes, you have the other 18 candidates getting some votes, or whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever they'll get some votes out. I don't see the possibility of anyone getting 50% plus 1 with the rest of the votes left to be counted. We are almost like almost 1 million plus votes counted already, considering that the two leading parties have 700,000 plus. So clearly, we should brace ourselves for a second round. So all the issue about one round victory is very slim. I mean, if it happens, then a miracle. That's it. And to conclude here now, I mean, Lino is no more in the race. Right now we got UP and CDC in the race. And like the testimony everybody been saying, of course, there are people calling. I personally have not been called by any of the parties because I'm not playing that high-profile role in my party. But I want to believe that calls are being made from both the UP side and the CDC side to all the other 18 parties for support. Any candidates that have won or that even got numbers to their side based on their campaign, what they did. And like everybody's saying, all this require cash. I can show you it will require cash the second round, be a serious cash competition. And if no one succeeds to re-truck people back to those counties, then the actual votes in those counties will be deciding the next leader. And if no one succeeds to truck, I see a real competitive election because in Lofa, for example, if no one truck to Lofa, I see that the numbers for McCay may increase for Lofa. It may increase. But there's also another scenario here that right now the argument is McCay did not get the kind of numbers he needed from Lofa. Nima gave him those numbers. How possible is it that Nima now will gain those numbers in second round? Those are issues to be considering right now. And also depending on the two parties' capacity to campaign vigorously in those counties that have vote-rich numbers. I mean, for the Southeast, from what we see right now, the Southeast is almost definite that 90% of the votes will go back to the CDC. But it's left with the CDC now to see how we campaign in Niba, in Bong, in Lofa, in Magibi, and in Masolo County and Basso to see how they can come off there from there with good numbers to win, because this time around it's going to be considered as a simple majority, no more percentage issue. And like I said, I repeat what I've been saying, this will be really cash intensive. Not just by buying people over to your side, but even having a campaign team that will go to the nooks and corners of every part of every county to carry a message back to them that we are here this time around on the final round. And I don't know how they're going to generate the income, the money for these reasons, but CDC as an incumbent party leverage of getting some money, and I think the challenge now will be on the side of the UP. They will have to raise real money now to go back and campaign vigorously. And of course, they have one advantage. The name McCay is already resonating. People are intimated with McCay, right? But I don't know whether that message will surpass the campaign message or campaign effort by the CDC and for UP to win the election. So it's going to be a critical election on the second round vote. And we all should sit by and see what comes out in the second round election.
Okay. Okay, so I'm ready for my first closing arguments.
Come back again, man.
I want to tell my brothers that I'm happy to be here. I've been invited multiple times and I turned it down. So when I got on their case to come on, I felt obligated to come on. So that's why I'm here. Um, the Johnny, nice meeting you. I've never met you before. But you seem to be somebody that me and you can sit down and break bread together. I hope to meet you in our lifetime, so we will do that together. So nice meeting
Thank you.
you. Yeah, and Lofa, I see you around. You my young boy. Let me go. So we good. But let's get serious here about Liberia. I look at the numbers today. The probability exists, but the impossibility is more that it will be a one round. There's 92.82% done. In order to win one round, you got to get at least 7% of the outstanding votes. 7% of the outstanding votes. Now, I'm a seditious, so I would say, well, you got 100 talent pages in Sino. You got only 2 in Lufa. You got McGibby is the heads up. And let me tell you, honestly, as a seditious, I don't like that McGibby is 50% counted and the numbers this close. I don't. Because I'm a numbers guy, right? And McGibby population can offset what's left in the Southeast if the CDC is not careful. But I like what's going on in Basel and and Bone County. But in the event there's a second round, I know that seditionists will always vote for CDC. So they are motivated. That's not an issue with seditionists. The actual issue with seditionists now will to convince the independent voters that we are the better choice than UP. And in order to do that, we need to send our children back to their families. Children back to their families. Our campaign started as all the young people in our government went back to their families. So look how we started with the likes of Thomas Kabah, etc. Right? Because all the other people, everybody will go back to their towns. Basil, I don't know, Tomalin, I stand corrected, but I don't know what is the status of Finlay. Did Finlay make it?
Yeah,
Yes. Finlay won.
So Finlay now becomes a player again, like he always is. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
he won. He won as an independent, but he was supporting CPP.
I know. He always independent, and he always make himself available to be a player in the second round. So he's worked with both sides before. So that's a critical person there. I personally will go after Musa Belete strongly as a sedition for the votes in his district in Lima.
Yeah.
That's critical. And Johnny shaking his head because the numbers there. He got serious numbers in his district in Lima. We got to go after that. But other than that, I think I like how the Liberian people handle the election. A lot of people say Daviera Brown is slow. Since 2005, when the foreigners handle our elections, it went at the same pace. You remember, Tomalin? From 2005, the pace was exactly the same. 2011, the pace was exactly the same. 2017, the pace was exactly the same. 2023, the pace is the same, but now it's a closer margin. This is the first time that we go into a second round with everybody neck and neck.
Good point. Go ahead.
So I want to say thank you guys for coming on. I hope you come on tomorrow because I expect that the NEC will be completing their tally. It's a great day now to analyze because we'll know if second round is in play or not. So I want you to make a commitment to your viewers that you'll come on, both of you.
Yes, we'll be on tomorrow.
We'll be on.
Okay.
Actually,
the reason I keep on showing the problem song.
Please come tomorrow to help us too. That was it's critical.
I'm gonna be here. You will be on tomorrow. I'll be on. I will not be able to.
I'll be traveling. I'm on my way back to the States. So
yeah, he'll be traveling. So somebody, he's my friend.
Yeah, I'll be.
Send me the link, Chief.
Yes.
Okay, so nice talking to you. Nice meeting you, Johnny. It's a pleasure in your company. Alofa. I'll see you tomorrow. Gentlemen, right. Good night. And closing argument, you got to make your pace, man. You can't let the Radio Kigali have the whole place. That's just too bad.
You know,
yeah,
let me jump in here really quick. Based on what Brother Harris just said, I think I kind of agree with him. And Tomalin, I reached out to you a couple of days ago, and I reached out to a couple of you guys. This is part of the reason why we need to be a part of the process. Our people need to benefit from a fair analysis. All right, we need to balance the playing field so that they can benefit from something substantial as compared to the Kigali style of propaganda and the lies and the scare tactics, the wardrobe. Look, our people needs to be treated far better than what we are experiencing today. So again, I think it's a good idea that we continue to do that. Part of the reason why, I'm pretty sure a lot of you on here are well aware. A very good friend of mine is no longer with us. The late Seattle. I thought to take some time out and just kind of mourn her. But again, I remember to myself that, hey, would Seattle prefer me to sit out of the process now, or she would prefer for my voice to be heard and be a part of it? And so I felt that, in respect to her, let me be a part of the process and don't simply sit out of it. Now, with that said, and again, may her soul rest in peace. But here's one thing I want to say that will actually cause a lot of problem for folks in the Unity Party. I know I may come across as though I'm being a little bit more sympathetic towards the CDC, and that is not the case, okay? That is definitely not the case. The case here is this. The Unity Party for themselves created this whole blockade. They fought everyone who should have been on their team. And it was not done strategically. It was done as though they purposely intended to create animosity. They were not discussing the issue. They were targeting personality. They were throwing bombs everywhere. They were, again, that aspect of it will put them in a position where they will have to kind of stumble here and there as to who they negotiate with. How can we get this person's support? Harris just said earlier, in Nimba County, you will need the support of key players. You will need Musa Hassan Benedict's support. While it is true that you guys are running around and claiming the CPP came across with less than 1% of the vote, don't you think that 1% could add, or less than 1% could add to your number to get you the presidency? Then forget about the CPP. There are other political parties who probably did not come close to that 1% or 2%. Are they not just as important to the entire process as you are making a claim? You continue to run with this narrative that you have the number. You don't need support. That is delusional to the fullest, because in this case, the CDC is putting herself in a position as though she is now the humanitarian organization, or the organization that wants to unify Liberia. It's election time. Everything that was done yesterday, the people are looking at the body language. What are you presenting to them? What is it that they can benefit from you? Because both of you political parties, you're not no different. Both of you are the same. You are the same. The options that were available to you, the Liberian people, you waved it on the side. You had you had the CPP, you had Climate Money Bar, you had other viable candidates in the race. Today, they are no longer there. So you have the same group of people that are coming to you with nothing substantial, but the same idea of we have the number, you don't have the number, we have the number, you don't have the number. They are not making a case. But those who are not even looked at, they are not even considered. Today, I was at work. I was literally at work at my office, and I got called from people on both sides. Lo-fi, this time around, we got to work things out. But some of the people who don't even know, they don't even benefit from this conversation. They're like, oh, you guys, you're doing this, you're doing it. We need to understand these things here. At the end of the day, the Unity Party stands a greater chance of losing this because of their attitude. The attitude, and I'm not saying this to hurt nobody's feeling. I'm telling you, your attitude, the attitude that you bring to the second phase of this election could probably carry you above the rim. Because, like my brother said, Johnny said, if you listen, he said the generational change, that was a key statement he made. And I got something out of that. He said the idea of generational change. We need to give leadership to the generation that he believes in. And if you're not taking that into consideration, I think you should definitely do that now. Financial constraints is going to be one of your biggest problems in the Unity Party. Unless you're ready to tie your belts, bring all your contribution to the table, and put all of the cash apps out, you will struggle with it. Thank you.
Okay, quickly, before to the studio, give me this quick. Let me make this quickly, studio. Okay, I just got this. Okay, right now we have about River G is complete 100%. Rosa is 100% completed. Grand Crew is 99%. Maryland 95.4.3%. Bong is 99.6.4%. Grand Gita is Bong is 99.6. Grand Gita 78.2. Sana 79. Basa 85% complete. So most of the places that are incomplete we are strongholds. So I mean, I'm saying that we'll watch what happens on Wednesday and tomorrow in the announcement. And right now, out of the total 5,890 polling places across the country, 5,467 have been tallied. We have balance of 423 polling places left. So it's important for what happened tomorrow and Wednesday. So let us end with that and see what happens. So it's still fragile. We cannot make any call right now. The Poker Americans say it's too close to call. So right now, I think we'll leave it at that and call it a night. But Lofa, thanks so much, man. I love your be back because you hit all the sides, and that's good. So it's good that you don't be on one side, you hit both sides. So that's good. Peabody, my man, safe flight, and I'll tell you before you get on your flight. But Johnny, I hope I can meet you before I leave from here. But be safe, man, guys. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll be back.
Thank you for holding it down tonight. I know it was a strenuous thing. Yeah. You've been busy, but you came and held it. We'll be back on, folks, for the rest of the week. Back on. We're traveling and different election. But tonight, guys, thank you to Lofa, Johnny. Thank you, man. Johnny, I didn't see you. I'm back on my way back to the States.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
But when you leaving tomorrow?
Well, me, I'm on my way now. And on my way.
Okay, I will meet you there soon. I'll be there soon.
All right.